What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Now, the last 2 days were kind of rough. 3 game slates. I thought it was going to be a great 3 game slate last night, but I think I had dropped the ball. So, for a minimum game slate like that, you just want to pick like one game and and hope you pick the highest scoring game, and that was going to be the Warriors and Rockets game, and I just dropped the ball there. Should have just stacked up all of that team and get all the money, but it's a new day. I think Friday is my favorite day for playing DFS NBA. So here we go. I just want to pick some sleepers, some medium picks, and then pick a top value guy, top player, I should say. And this is just like my first impressions. I'm gonna do some more research and maybe find a couple more gems to play. So this will probably be like the 4 or 5 guys I list. I'll probably end up playing, but things may change throughout the day. So point guard position is stacked tonight. I'm gonna go a little cheap. Everyone thinks I'm gonna be playing Bledsoe against the Hawks, and rightfully so. But everyone's going to play Terry Rozier. If you want to play Rozier, I understand. I played him the last time, hit 39. But for me, for guys like this, yeah, he could go off, but I think this might be like a letdown spot for him. Like everyone, his ownership should be high. So for GPPs, I'm going to fade. For cash, you might want to play him. I'm strictly playing GPPs tonight. Darren Collison jumped out at me. He's not been talked about a whole lot recently. He's put together some great games. He only, if they're in blowout games, like at home, he doesn't play, he plays the low 20 minutes. So blowouts are always, you don't have to worry about a blowout, kind of a possibility. And the Bulls, yeah, they're really bad. But I'm not worried about a blowout. It's in Chicago. The last game they played on December the 4th in Indianapolis, it was a really close game. And he put up 38. So I'm not basing off just off that. But the Bulls really cannot defend the point guard position. So I'm locking him in. My shooting guard, here's where you can go. I really like Brandon Ingram. But the way I want to do my lineup, he just barely doesn't fit in to my lineup where I want to go. He's also in a letdown possibility. 2 of his best games of the year. But the argument to play him, Kuzma probably will not play. Well, Brandon Ingram, there's talk that he's going to be moved to power forward, which defensively, he'll be great at power forward. But I don't, if he changes positions, I know it's positionless NBA right now, but I think if he has to change a position for the night, he's played point guard, he's played small forward, shooting guard, and they want to put him at power forward, I don't know if he's gonna grasp that position in his first game playing it. So I'm going to look at Josh Hart. The opponent is there. I don't know what the spread is. I should have probably looked at that before I started this video. But if the spread's close, I'm going to... this is the game I'm looking at to play. A lot of things going in this direction for me. The Lakers and Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks are bad, but the Lakers don't have LeBron and possibly Kuzma. If Kuzma definitely doesn't play, I'm definitely targeting this game for a lot of value. Secondly, it's one of the 2 late games, so it's the late hammer games. There's a lot going on, but most people play the earlier games, the 7, the 8s. So this game being 10:30 on the East Coast, no one's gonna want to watch it, so they're not gonna play it. So this would be the game that I would want to watch. So I'm playing Josh Hart. He's up there in price, which I don't like. Also, too, today, most of the guys, I was trying to find players that are undervalued that that are better than their price tag and stay away from the players that I think are overpriced. But Josh Hart is the exception for this. Just staying with that game, I think this play is majorly overpriced, probably be wildly popular. Caldwell Pope. Without, your two best scorers, Caldwell Pope takes over the game. I think he's starting, but even if he's off the bench, I think Pope is starting and Hart's off the bench, or vice versa. Either way, they're not playing on the same. Not playing. Pope and Hart are not playing on the floor at the same time. So pencil him in. Every guard goes off against the Knicks. Okay. So staying with this game, we just go like this to find the guy. Luke Cornett, he's going up in price, and rightfully so. The Lakers, it says they're 9th against power forwards and centers, but they don't struggle as much against the big men as they did last year, but I think they still struggle against big men. And Cornett coming off the bench, it's a no-brainer. Like, who on the Lakers bench is going to guard him at power forward spot? I'm trying to think who's playing a power forward off the bench. Like Lance Stevenson? Who they got? Zubac at center? Like Chandler's a center. McGee's starting. So there's not too many players that could probably guard him. And he likes to shoot threes, so he can stretch the floor for you. How was that? That's 4. Okay, so I'll probably pick one more player from that game, but for the sake of the video, at first I plugged in Marc Gasol. Always played big man against the Nets, right? Okay, so I think his floor is probably just below 50. I mean, his ceiling is probably just below 50. And his floor is probably like 28, 30. I'm going to shift. I'm not going to play Marc Gasol because personally, whenever I play him, he doesn't do anything. He gets into foul trouble and doesn't really play all of his minutes. Or he gets hurt. Or just something about me playing Marc Gasol. He doesn't do very well. So I'm not going to play him. So feel free to play him. He'll probably score like 80. I like DeAndre Ayton here. Against the Clippers. The last game against the Clippers, he had 46 points in 28 minutes. He's playing mid-30s in minutes. It's in Phoenix. The Suns, I think, are going to keep this game competitive throughout the whole entire game. Who on the Clippers will be able to guard this guy? Boban? I think Boban started their last game. Gortat? Definitely not Gortat. If Gortat starts, it's going to go for 80 points. So I'm starting him. I'm not even thinking about it. Harrell is at 7,200. I love playing Harrell, but his minutes are so erratic lately. I have a hard time paying 7,200 for him. I think there's better plays. DeMarre Carroll, I think. I'm not going to play him today. Or as of right now, I'm not going to play him. But he is so cheap right now. He's my Mizzou bud. I didn't know him personally, but we both went to Mizzou around the same time. So he's been playing a lot due to Aranda Hollis Jefferson. Sorry, I butchered your first name. He's been hurt. Hollis Jefferson is what I call him. Okay. I hate playing against the Grizzlies, so does everyone else, so he might be a sneaky great play, but I could see him also scoring like 18 points. So, buyer beware. And I'm kind of torn. Oh, I also love Markkanen. But whenever I play him this year, he hasn't been great. Like, he'll score like 340, high 40 point games, and then I play him, he scores like 20. Yeah, that's when he scored like 24 points right there. It's not great. He's been down in price. He's usually in the 7,000s. But he had a down game. Well, not really. It's 6 or 12. But he only had 27 points last game against Orlando. Like, big men against the Pacers, I like to play. Mostly centers, but I don't feel comfortable playing Wendell Carter. But I think him going up against Thaddeus Young, he could score the high 40s. In fact, if I did more than one lineup today, I'd put him in the second lineup. I'm torn. I might play both of these guys because to pick between one of these two guys is probably going to be the toughest decision you'll ever make all year. But Aaron Gordon, take a breath. He's one of those guys where he's like 50-50. If he'll bomb and have a terrible game, or he'll just go off and no one will have him. Very few people play this guy. The matchup is there. It's totally there. I'd rather have him play in Orlando, but he's had a good kind of string. He's had a lot of assists lately, so that's why I like to play him. Rebounds, assists are there. He's not just scoring this year. He's putting up rebounds, assists, not really much steals, and not much in blocks. Is he shooting threes now? Yeah, he kind of shoots the three, but not really. But who on the Timberwolves is going to guard this guy? Like, if Jimmy Butler was still there, I would never play Aaron Gordon. But, I mean, if... is Wiggins going to guard him? I think Wiggins might guard him, and Wiggins is a terrible defender. Who else? Taj Gibson? Taj Gibson is good, but he's not athletic enough to guard him. Towns could probably guard him, but then who's going to guard Vucevic? So, there you go. I think Vucevic is a great play, but he's 9,200. I think he's too expensive for what I want to do with his lineup. So, between Aaron Gordon and Tobias Harris, I don't know who to pick. Tobias Harris is the same way. He usually bombs when I have him on my team. So I think I'm going to take a chance and go with both of these guys. Just play them together. And whatever happens, happens. Last game against the Clippers, he had like 50? I mean, sorry, he plays the Clippers, sorry. Last game against the Suns, he had 52 points. It was probably his career high game. It was at Phoenix. It's a close game. It's kind of looking that way. But if he scores 38 points, I'll be happy. If he's in the 40s, I'd be thrilled. So take just mid-30s, hopefully. But if he gets into the 40s, like, we're going to be patting ourselves on the back with a great play. And he's not that late of a game, so he'll probably have a little bit higher ownership. So if you play both of them, the two, I think Aaron Gordon will be the least owned. Maybe coming in like 10%, maybe less. And Tobias Harris, who knows, 20%. So if I was going to play a second lineup, I would probably fade them for Markkanen. Because Markkanen is going to be like under 6% owned, I bet. So, alright guys, this little NBA DFS DraftKings talk for the day. I'm expecting to bounce back tonight. It's been really hard. I don't know how people are scoring so high of scores. I do not like using optimizers. I like to do the research and do everything myself. Sometimes, if I just want like another sleeper or two, or see who the optimizer thinks the top player of the day is gonna be, I'll use it. But like half of what the optimizer says, usually it's because someone's not gonna have a great game. Like they'll give you a high price player, they score like 20 points. So that's my experience with the optimizer. But anyways, I like Collison, Hart, Cornette, DeAndre Ayton, and Contavious Caldwell Pope is my top 5. Good luck tonight, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.